Our next guest will be attending the State of the Union tonight, Congressman Scott DesJarlais from Tennessee. Congressman, thanks for the time. Let's start with this same question we've asked a few before. What do you think America needs to hear from the president tonight?
Well, it's hard to avoid the elephant in the room with Ukraine, and so we'll talk about that. But it is the state of our union, so I think that there's a lot of things people need to hear. They're feeling the pain at the gas pump. We want to know why we're not striving for our energy independence that we had not a long time ago. We've still got a crisis at the southern border that needs to be addressed. We've got crime issues, inflation issues. We've got issues within our schools. So there's a myriad of things that we need to talk about tonight. And I'm hoping to hear about that. We can't ignore COVID. That's I think everyone wants to put it in the rearview mirror, but we still have issues with vax mandates where people have lost their job 2 years into this thing. Military people that have been separated. I'd like to hear from the president that should go away. These people should be reinstated.
Doesn't all of that, Congressman, though, seem like it's almost back burner now? I mean, considering that what we're talking about with the potential of war with Russia.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my question is, should we now come together tonight in a way that would help the State of the Union and maybe look past politics?
Yeah.
Do you expect the Republican side to applaud him tonight?
Well, I hope when it comes to unified America against Russia and helping Ukraine and the other European nations and really nations around the world that are rising up against this dictator who's invading, we definitely need to be on the same team. We can sit here and armchair quarterback what should have been done prior to the invasion, and those are valid arguments for future discussions. But right now, we need to be united behind our commander-in-chief, and we need to do everything we can to help the people of Ukraine.
Right. What concerns you the most, Congressman, about what could be ahead? I mean, if the Russian army continues on this path and they do go into Kyiv, and let's say they leave it in ruins and there isn't anyone there to stop them and the Ukrainians can't hold up, what worries you the most about what could happen there?
Well, we don't know Vladimir Putin. What's he doing this for? Is it legacy? Is it, reunite the old Soviet Union? Is he stable? Is he unstable? How far is he willing to go? Right now, he hasn't brought the full force of the Russian military on Ukraine. Ukraine has been very brave in its resistance, but he's threatened anybody who interferes with his military operation. So now that Germany, even Switzerland, Poland, NATO nations that are giving aid to the Ukrainians, based on his threat, are they next? And so how far is Putin willing to go? It looks like he probably can occupy Ukraine for a period of time. We've seen occupation of other countries go on for years, and the Ukrainians' will to fight seems to be high. What price is Putin willing to pay? And so it just, you back someone like that in a corner, and you got to fear what repercussions could follow.
Right. One of our News Nation polls had 45% of Americans supporting the U.S. defending Ukraine. We know this would go against a lot of what we've heard from NATO to, the EU and other restrictions and challenges that would keep us from getting involved. What are our options, and would you support us doing more than just sending in equipment right now that may be too little too late?
Yeah, it's a tough call. That's it's a difficult job to walk that line. We don't want to provoke a bigger response than is necessary, but at the same time, we can't allow a dictator to overthrow a sovereign country. So I think to this point, the European allies, the NATO allies are ramping up their support, and I think that they're sending a strong message to Putin. I think China's taking notice. Right. Obviously, they have similar ambitions for Taiwan, and so how we respond now is going to be key to how the world is viewed. But I think the response of the world right now has been really impressive, and I think it's sending a strong message that we need to unite against this form of aggression wherever it occurs.
Right. Well, big night ahead for Congress. Representative Scott DesJarlais from Tennessee, we appreciate the time. Thank you.